In the following segments, we're going to do a deep dive into how to go about validating a value proposition. Let's start by considering our blockbuster movie producer's value proposition. Amazon Wishlist for men's shopping. Now, he got the idea because he really liked Amazon's Wishlist feature. Now, the thing that was missing from it was the ability to figure out when he saw other men wearing a piece of clothing that he really liked, how he could add that to the wish list. And so that was what gave him the idea for his value proposition. The thing with value propositions is that they're a dime a dozen. In fact, there's even a website out there called It's This for That, and you simply can just click the refresh button and it'll generate value propositions on the fly, such as this one shown here. The issue with value propositions is while they're easy to generate, most of them fail because they fail to find product market fit. And so we want to do everything we can to avoid that. I mentioned these two books earlier when we were discussing validated user research, and now I'm going to explore them more so you can understand how I use them for creating provisional personas and using them for customer discovery. So we're basically going to apply a mashup of different approaches discussed in these two great books. So why focus on provisional personas? First, when research time or budget is limited, provisional personas are the best option. Secondly, provisional personas help us understand our users' common characteristics. And then lastly, they are a great starting point for product makers to focus on the actual needs and goals. So why focus on customer discovery? It's a great getting out of the building technique to meet your customers face to face. We don't want to just hide behind our monitors and not know what's really going on out there. Secondly, the goal is to get measurable validation. Also, we need to understand the specific problem that needs to be solved. And lastly, we want to involve the entire team in the field research because it's easier to get consensus that way. Value propositions are not valuable if they do not solve a real problem. I'm not talking about minor problems like a scraped knee. I'm talking about painful broken leg problems. I'm talking about those problems that hinder a certain set of people from doing what they need to do in a timely manner. By solving this kind of problem, a solution would give relief or joy to this large set of people. You need to know everything you can about those problems and people before you build out those solutions, because building software takes time and money. Thus, it's a risky endeavor to just begin building a new innovative product based on a hunch. Because what if you're wrong, or your boss is wrong, or the client is wrong, or even the successful movie producer guy is wrong, or this digital value proposition that we generated in 5 seconds is wrong? So if you don't want to live on Fantasy Island, just follow these 5 steps, which I will walk you through in detail. Step 1. Define your primary customer segment. Step 2, identify your customer segment's biggest problem. Step 3, create provisional personas based on your assumption. Step 4, conduct customer discovery to validate or invalidate your solution's initial value proposition. Step 5, reassess your value proposition based on what you learned. Rinse and repeat until you have product solution fit. It's that easy. We just need to be empirical in our process.